In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the front forward lower control arm on this Audi S4. These are going to be located behind the front wheels. Let's get into it. In the trunk, you need to lift up on this cover right here. There's a little handle that will hold that out of the way. On the left side of the spare tire, you're going to grab this toolbox. If you lift the handle, then you can pull it up. Open this up. It's just a couple levers. And then you're looking for this key. Grab this key. Now, using the key, in the center cap there is a little hole. Just find that hole. Then you can pull the center cap off. Using a 17mm socket, we're going to take the lug bolts off. Before I take the last one off, I'm just going to hold the wheel, prevent it from falling. Then grab the wheel and pull it off. Underneath the vehicle, there's a shield right here. We're going to remove that. Use a straight blade screwdriver and just go around all the fasteners. You want to loosen those up. Side. Should be some on that side as well. And on the side, there's a couple retainers. This vehicle only has one. Just twist that out with the straight blade screwdriver and do the same on the other side. And grab the shield and pull it down. Now we're going to remove the bolt. I'm going to use a 13mm wrench on the nut, 16mm socket on the bolt. Loosen it up. And pull that bolt out. Using a 16mm wrench, loosen this up. Swivel that down. Now we're going to remove the clip for the level sensor. And I'm just going to use a straight blade screwdriver. Behind here, there's a little tab. Just want to lift that tab up, and that releases the clip. You can unfold this, pull that out of the way. That's where the little tab is. Just move that to the side. Using a 18mm wrench on the nut at the base of the shock, and then 18mm socket on the bolt. Take that off. Just grab the arm. You can pull it down or push it up. Try to get the bolt out. That's out of the way. Now we're going to loosen this nut and bolt. Use a 18mm wrench on the nut side, 18mm socket on the bolt. Loosen that up. Take that nut off. And you want to pull that bolt out. A little tight in there, but you can get that bolt out. Now take this nut off, use a 18mm socket. Comes right off. Now there's different types of front end tools you can use to try to press the ball joint out of the knuckle. We're going to use an air hammer and just separate it. There we go. I'm just going to use a pry bar and just pry this out of the way. Because the sway bar is in the way, what you can do is take the bolt out on the other side and roll it down. Or what we're gonna do is take this bracket off. This is a 13mm socket. We'll take these nuts off, then we can move the sway bar out of the way. Pull that down a little bit. And grab the arm, slide it up, out, and there it is. I take the new arm. I'm gonna install this the same way the other one came out. I'm gonna go through the knuckle first. You might have to bend that down a little. Go around the shock and around the sway bar. Push this in place and get that lined up top. Now I'm just going to use the pole jack just to get this lined up in the back a little bit. Then we'll use a pry bar. Just pry it into place. Just gotta hammer this in place. There we go. Right there. Now you want to take a new bolt and get that started. You can pull the pole jack out of the way. Push that in. If you need to, use a pry bar to help out and get the new nut on. I'll just tighten that up, but we don't want to snug it down too much because we're going to have to raise up on the suspension before we torque this. All right, that's a little less than snug. It's still able to move, so we'll tighten that up later. I'll take the lower ball joint nut, get that started. I'm going to use an 18mm ratchet wrench and then a 4mm hex socket just to prevent the stud from spinning. I'll tighten this down. Snap that down. Now I'm going to torque this to 80 foot-pounds. That's good. Now just pull the suspension down a little bit, get the lower shock bolt in, lined up, push that through, get the nut on the back side. And before we tighten that down, we're just going to raise up on the suspension. Now just raise up the suspension. You want to get this as close to ride height as possible. Just be safe. All right, that's good right there. Now we'll tighten that down. Snug that up. I torque this bolt and nut to 66 foot-pounds. That's good. Now we're going to torque this to 52 foot-pounds, and then you want to go an additional 180 degrees. And then if you don't have a torque angle meter, do the best you can. Now we can lower the pole jack. Now slide the bracket up for the sway bar, get the nuts on. Snug those down. Now take the clip for the level sensor. I'm going to go around the control arm. All right, take the clip, line this up. Just clip it into place. Just kind of squeeze it a little bit. If you need to, you can use some pliers. There we go. Clip it in place. That's good. Yeah, take the link, get that lined up top. And I'm just going to use a pole jack just underneath, just to raise up on the suspension. You can get the link lined up. Take the bolt and you just push it through. If you need to, use a pry bar and just pry up. There we go, push it through. Just pry that up. Just tighten this down. Just pull itself in a little bit. And take the nut, get the nut started. Just get that close. 30 foot-pounds, then an additional 90 degrees. You have a 13 millimeter socket here, 15 millimeter wrench on the nut. Now the bottom bolt, I'm just going to use a wrench. If you can torque this, you want to torque that to 30 foot-pounds and then an additional 90 degrees. It's not that easy to get a torque wrench in here. Do the best you can. And then go 90 degrees. That's good. You can lower the pole jack. And take the shield underneath. Get that lined up. Get that in position. And put the screws in place. All right, that's good. And on the sides, put those lock retainers in place. You might have another one, and then same on the other side. Now take the wheel, line it up. It's lined up. Take the lug bolt, get that started. Snug that down. Get those all started. And snug these down. Now I'm going to torque the lug bolts to 90 foot-pounds in a cross pattern to tighten the wheel down evenly. Go around again, double check. good. Take the center cap. It only goes on one way. You can see on the back side there's a picture of a valve stem. You want that lined up with the valve stem. Lock it down. After you're done, take the key, close up the toolbox, slide it in place, push down the handle, take the cover off, and push it in place.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.